Welcome to the Grow Rich podcast by Tech Help Canada, where we share the best online marketing and general business tips. Now for today's host.
Hello and thank you for joining me today at the Grow Rich podcast. My name is Gabriel Nwaturali, here to help you drive growth for your business. And in this episode, I am going to be talking about how to deal with people who don't like you. So, in life, we're going to meet people that right off the bat, they just don't like us. And sometimes we're going to meet people that we think they like us, and then sometime down the road, they begin not to like us. And we may not know why. Or we may know why. Maybe it's because we said something that they took the wrong way. Or maybe it's because we said something that they took the wrong way, but they never told us about it. These days, people are very sensitive. I would say if we compare it to 15 years ago, today, people are more sensitive. People don't like certain things for one reason or another. They don't like people for many reasons that they can come up with. And that's okay. To each his own. Everybody, this is why we're in a free country. Everybody is allowed to do that. You're allowed not to like someone. You don't have to like someone. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like, you're allowed. But I will say this. When you meet people who don't like you, you need to understand that it's not your fault in most cases. Sure, you want to reflect back on yourself, think about what you might be doing that is causing someone not to like you. But then just let it go after you've done that. If there's something you can correct it. If there's nothing you can correct, let it go. My biggest advice to anyone, especially if you're a business owner, don't be a people pleaser. Don't be a people pleaser. That's not going to help you in any way. Instead, look back on things that you do and figure out, okay, if there is a problem. If there's no problem, then let it go. If that person doesn't want to like you, that's fine. I'll give you an example real quick. The other day, a friend of mine was talking to me, and he was telling me a story about another friend that we had. And this friend and him were having a conversation one time. But then they stopped talking the next day. So he's been trying to contact this friend. This friend's not responding to his calls. So he's reaching out to me to see, hey, do you know anything that's going on? But I obviously don't know what's going on. But they're not talking anymore. Not sure. So later on, to keep the story short and sweet, we find out that my friend, well, they're both my friends, one of them said something that the other person didn't like very much. But instead of telling them, hey, I didn't like this, and just being honest with them, then you can talk it out and you can still remain friends, they decided to give them the silent treatment. Now, in my opinion, anybody who does that was never a true friend to begin with. Because true friends can talk to you. They can talk to you about stuff. They give you the chance to correct the problem. Now, if you talk to someone about something and they don't correct the problem and you're just giving them a chance, sure, you want to cut them off? Go ahead. That's fine. But there's no reason to cut someone off when you haven't addressed the problem with them. So that's just an example of how sensitive people can be, just based on certain things that you say. So you do have to be careful on a level on how you talk to people, obviously, but this is something that we've done for ages, right? Humans have done this for ages. We're careful of how we talk to people because we're social beings, and we want to make sure that everybody feels good around us and we're not hurting anyone. And this is all good stuff. So today I am going to give you 5 tips that you can use to deal with people who don't like you. Let's start with tip number 1. I kind of covered this a little bit in the beginning, but start with yourself. And that is, it's easy to think about, to think like this, like, hey, it's not my fault, whatever. No. Look at yourself. What are you doing? Are you doing something that is wrong? Then correct it. If you're not doing anything that could be potentially offensive or insensitive, don't worry about it. Let it go. Number 2, just accept that not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. Not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. Don't complicate it. People are allowed not to like someone, like I said earlier. Just accept it. Know that there are going to be people out there that will like you. And there are going to be people out there that won't like you for one reason or another, and that's okay. Number 3, don't engage with people who don't like you. If they don't want to engage with you, don't engage with them. If you see someone doesn't like you and you try to talk to them and they don't want to engage with you, don't engage with them. Never stoop to their level. Never stoop to their level, of course. But, so like, if someone is ignoring you and they're playing silent treatment and you've tried to talk to them and they're still playing silent treatment, well, stop engaging. There's no need. But don't stoop to their level and just do the silent treatment too. There's no point of that. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Now, number 4, refocus your attention and energy. Refocus that attention and energy on something else. Go do something that you like doing. Whatever it is, refocus it on your business. Yes, does it hurt that someone just doesn't like you for no reason? Yeah, it probably does. Or does it hurt that a friend may have just abandoned you out of the blue? Sure, it does, but just refocus that energy and go do something else. One thing I like to do is create. Just like I'm creating this podcast right now. If I'm dealing with a situation like that, I just go and create. Whether that's podcast or writing a blog post, or if I have client work to do, I will go and do that client work. So refocus that energy and attention. Number 5, reset a little bit. So when you're dealing with people that just don't like you, don't approach the situation thinking about why the situation is difficult. Like, sure, you want to think about it a little bit, but you don't want to just obsess about thinking about that thing, right? Don't obsess about thinking about that thing. I hope this morning has been interesting for me. So I hope I'm saying it right. So don't obsess about the situation. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I said it the other way, but bear with me. Don't obsess about the situation. Just let it go. Thinking creates suffering. So when you're thinking about something, oh, this person this person that, you're just going to create more suffering for yourself. You've thought about it once, twice, maybe 3 times. Sure. Let it go. Reset. Go about your business like usual. Do the things you like to do. Enjoy yourself. Don't let that situation define you or define your entire day or your entire next week. Reset. So those are my 5 tips for dealing with people who don't like you. And you're going to come across with a lot of people who don't like you. And just remember that it's okay. I think that's the biggest one. The biggest, most important tip here that I've shared is remember that it's okay for people not to like you. It's okay. And you'll be fine. And that's it for this podcast. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to visit techhelp.ca. That's techhelp with 2 H's.ca. We do offer copywriting services and search engine optimization services for small businesses. So if you need help in that area, do reach out. Have a wonderful day.